All right, welcome to sixth grade math, lesson 1-1, a plan for problem solving. Um, don't forget that if you're watching this for the first time at home, uh, with your cheat sheet to fill it in, that it'll tell you where there's an answer for a cheat sheet. It'll be in blue with parentheses around it. Just a little help to help you get used to taking notes and enjoy the lesson. And don't forget your homework is at the end of this video. Shell is making 8 necklaces by stringing beads together. To make one necklace, she will repeat the patterns of beads shown 4 times. How many purple and yellow beads are used to make one necklace? So if the string that she's showing, or that we see here, is going to be used 4 times, we'll need to count the number of purple beads and multiply them by 4, and then count the number of yellow beads and multiply that by 4. So there are 10 purple beads and 4 yellow beads. So 10 times 4 is 40. 4 times 4 is 16. So 40 purple beads and 16 yellow beads. How many purple and yellow beads will be needed to make all 8 necklaces? So if we know there's 40 purple beads in one necklace, we'll multiply that by 8. And if we know there's 16 yellow beads, we'll multiply that by 8. So 8 times 40 is 320 purple beads, and 8 times 16 is 128 yellow beads. Explain how you found the number of each color beads needed to make all 8 necklaces. So it just explains the process that we just went through, right? We counted the number of each color beads, 10 purple and 4 yellow, multiplied each by 4 to make one necklace, and then we multiplied those totals by 8 to make 8 necklaces. When solving math problems, it is often helpful to have an organized problem-solving plan. The 4 steps below can be used to solve any problem. To understand, read the problem carefully. What facts do you know? What do you need to find out? Is enough information given? Is there extra information or red herring? Plan. How do the facts relate to each other? Plan a strategy for solving the problem. Estimate the answer. Solve. Use your plan to solve the problem. If your plan doesn't work, revise it or make a new plan. What is the solution? And then check. Reread the problem. Does the answer fit the facts given in the problem? Is the answer close to your estimate? Does the answer make sense? So let's use a plan for problem solving. What would be the length of 10 football fields? Football field is 100 yards, so 10 times 100 equals 1,000 yards. How would you convert this length to feet? So we'd have to figure out how many feet in a yard, which is 3 feet per yard. Then we'll multiply 3 times 1,000 to get 3,000 feet. How would you plan to solve this problem? If you place football fields all around the equator, how many football fields would you need? So what's the first thing we need to know? We need to find out what the distance around the equator is. So it's 24,901 miles. But what does that mean in terms of football fields? We need to convert the distance to yards so that we can figure out how many football fields go around the equator, right? So if there's 1,760 yards per mile, we'll multiply 1,760 times 24,901 miles. And that will equal 43,825,760 yards. Now, if we divide the distance around the equator by 100 yards, or the length of one football field, we'll get the answer for how many football fields it would take to go around the equator. So if we multiply 43,825,760 yards divided by 100 yards, we get 438,257.6 football fields. Some problems can be easily solved by adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. Keywords and phrases play an important role on deciding which operation to use. So this will help us when we're reading a word problem as to what operation we need to use. And there will be a quiz on this very soon. So in addition, plus, sum, total, in all. If you see those words in a word problem, then we're going to probably be doing addition. And by probably means we are. Subtraction, minus, difference, less, subtract. If you see those words, we're subtracting. Multiplication, times, product, multiplied by, and of all indicate multiplication in the word problem. Division, divided by, quotient, and as I stated, there will be a quiz on these keywords very soon. Okay, we're going to do an example, and we're going to use the problem-solving plan. Number 1, golf. Refer to the graph below. How many more official career wins did Kathy Whitmore have than Nancy Lopez? Keywords, how many more, can indicate subtraction. It is another way of saying what is the difference. So here is the graph, and we see that Kathy Whitmore, or Whitworth, has 88 wins, and we see that Nancy Lopez has 48 wins. So we're going to try to understand the question. Extra information is given in the graph. You know the number of career wins made by many golfers. You need to find out how many more wins Kathy Whitworth had than Nancy Lopez. So we don't care about the other golfers in this, even though they provide that information for us. So we need to make a plan, and that's to find the difference. We're going to subtract 48 from 88. Since the question asks for an exact answer, use mental math or paper and pencil before you calculate, estimate. So we can estimate very quickly. 90 minus 50 equals 40, because we'll round 88 to 90 and 48 to 50. Now we're going to actually do the math and solve. So 88 minus 48 equals 40. So in this case, our estimate was dead on, and Kathy Whitworth had 40 more career wins than Nancy Lopez. So we're going to check it. The answer is reasonable compared to the estimate. Like I said, in this case, the estimate was exact to the exact answer, so we know that the answer is correct. Check your progress. A, golf. Refer to the graph to the right. The number of tournaments Annika Sorensen participated in is about 4 times the number of tournaments she actually won. About how many tournaments did Annika participate in? So we can see that she won 69. So we're going to estimate and say she participated in 4 times as many tournaments as she won. So we'll say 4 times 70 to make the math real easy, and we get 280 tournaments. So she has roughly participated in 280 tournaments. To find the actual, we're just going to multiply 4 times 69 and get 276 tournaments. That's how many she actually participated. Real world example. Number 3, allowance. The table shows how Kaylee's weekly allowance increased based on her age. If the pattern continues, how much allowance will Kaylee receive when she is 13 years old? So at 9 years old, she made $3.25. At 10 years old, she made $4. At 11 years old, she made $4.75. At 12 years old, she made $5.50. And we need to figure out how much she's making now at 13. To solve a problem, some methods you can choose from: paper and pencil, mental math, a calculator, or estimation. Understand, you know Kaylee's weekly allowance by age. You need to find her weekly allowance at age 13. So some of you may have already figured out what the pattern is every year, but let's go through this, okay? So to plan, since an exact answer is needed and the question obtains a pattern, use mental math. So to solve, $3.25, $4, 75 cents. $4.75 greater than $3.25, right? What's the difference between $4.75 and $4? It's 75 cents. $5.50 is 75 cents greater than $4.75. And $6.25 is 75 cents greater than $5.50. So our answer is for 13, she makes $6.25 a week, right? So we'll do 13 at $6.25 minus 75. That gives us $5.50. Minus 75 is $4.75. Minus 75 cents is $4. Minus 75 cents is $3.25 at age 9. Since she does earn $3.25 when she is 9 years old, the answer is correct. So $6.25. Does that make sense? I know I kind of didn't go into detail about the check. Hopefully that's good. Check your progress. B, track. Julian is on the track team. The table shows the number of sprints he runs in the first 4 days of practice. If the pattern continues, how many sprints will he run on Friday? So on Monday he ran 2. On Tuesday he ran 4. On Wednesday he ran 7. On Thursday he ran 11. And now we need to figure out what he ran on Friday. So study tip, to solve a problem, some methods you can choose from are paper and pencil, mental math, a calculator, or estimation. So let's understand the problem. We know how many sprints Julian does each day. You need to find the number of sprints he does on Friday. Plan. Since an exact answer is needed and the question contains a pattern, use mental math. Can you see the problem right now? He runs 2 more on Tuesday, 3 more on Wednesday than he did on Tuesday, and 4 more on Thursday than he did on Wednesday. So 2 and 4 is plus 2. 4 to 7 is plus 3. 7 to 11 is plus 4. So if we follow that pattern, it's going to be 5 more on Friday, which is 16. Check. Start with 16 and subtract 5. Continue subtracting 1 less from each day to see if Julian ran 2 sprints on Monday. So there's a check. Friday, he ran 16. If we take away the 5 he ran on Friday, on Thursday, he ran 11. If we take away the 4 he ran on Thursday, on Wednesday, he ran 7. If we take away the 3 he ran on Wednesday, on Tuesday, he ran 4. And if we take away the 2 he ran on Tuesday, on Monday, he ran 2. All right, additional examples. Money. After shopping at the mall, you came home with $3. You spent $4 on candy, $8 on a movie, and $5 on arcade games. How much money did you start with? So, using the problem-solving plan, how will you solve this? Add everything up you spent, plus the money that you came home with. So you came home with $3. You spent $4 on candy, $8 on a movie, and $5 on the arcade. And if you add those all up, that will equal $20. All right, additional examples. Number 2, cooking. The table below shows how much dry rice is needed to make cooked rice for dinner. Based on the information, how many cups of cooked rice and how many servings will 4 cups of dry rice provide? So, if we look at the table, 1 cup of dry rice is equal to 2 cups of cooked rice, and that is equal to 8 servings. So we have 2 dry rice equals 4 cups of cooked rice equals 16 servings. 3 cups of dry rice equals 6 cups of cooked rice, and that equals 24 servings. We need to figure out what the pattern is between, or the relationship between dry rice and cooked rice is, and then what the relationship is between the rice and the servings. So let's look at 1 cup of dry rice is times 2 would make 2 cups of cooked rice. So if we look at the next one, 2 cups of dry rice and 4 cups of cooked rice. So that's times 2 as well. And then 3 times 2 equals 6. So 4 cups of dry rice is going to equal 8 cups of cooked rice. Now let's look at the relationship between the cooked rice and the servings. So 2 times what equals 8? It's 4. So 4 times 4 equals 16. 6 times 4 equals 24. And if we follow that same pattern, 8 times 4 equals 32. So 4 cups of dry rice would be 8 cups of cooked rice, and that would be equal to 32 servings. Okay, your homework is page 26 through 27, 1 through 16 all. And in Sycamore, there is a link to where you're going to go and enter your homework. It'll be in Google Classroom, but the link will be in Sycamore where you found this video. All right, thank you and have a great night.